I remember all the alphabets they told me, but I had to teach myself about the ghetto ABCs. C's the ghetto ABCs. I had to teach myself about the ghetto ABCs. And Robert, remember this dude, AB from the block. One day I saw him running ABC cops. AB didn't want to see D block. Nigga on the E pill. Took 2 when he popped. F'd up a lot. A G sold rocks. He from the H building. When I saw the nigga, I saw him in the J building with a K by his side. Brother rolling up an L, but he's already high. Blood on his Timbs. Hat matching with the white M. Hat bloody so it looks like an N and O. You already know how we do. He's on his P's and Q's wherever you are. This nigga knew the lesson. Now up at the way he used the essence. Every move tight, T-Mobile, every direction, smooth. You can say Vidal Sassoon. Together with the same is 2 with me or W. Extra, extra. People read the news, turn around, still get it confused. Why? Please. You need sleep. Get some Z's. A to Z, a.k.a. ghetto ABCs.
You don't have to sit through a fabricated, falsified documentary on VH1, MTV, or BET. Because Black Nerd Ninja loves his fans, no matter who or where you are. He's gonna share with you himself, the story so far.
Yeah. Nothing holding me back. Gotta take it to the max. Me and you and us against the world.
Why Athens? Well, Athens has been, a cool go-getter city with a real laid-back vibe. Athens just has a really rich history of doing awesome stuff.
Like when it comes to music, man, music is all around Athens, whether it's rock and roll bands downtown or bands forever downtown, like bar. You got a hip hop scene.
Slow, classic. Still got a little city feel to it, but still got a lot of country, real good, hearted, homegrown people.
I mean, it's so interracial. You got people from different communities. People here are just more open to other ideas, other communities, other races and everything.
Athens has a tremendous heart, a tremendous desire to see connection, to see improvement.
I love Athens. I love walking the streets of this town. I love raising a son here. It's undeniable that Athens is smack in the middle of the South, and all of those challenges, historical and current, come to bear for folks in Athens.
We're in the midst of something very unique, what God is doing in our city, and that's with for-profits coming to visit nonprofits, right? And having a relationship to see how can we make our city better.
That we get the opportunity to do what we love doing, man, that sure is lucky. There's a lot of people who, like it said, who aren't even comfortable. They don't know where they're sleeping tonight. They don't know where their next meal's coming from. And I am not the one who's gonna solve all of that. Preacher is not the one who's gonna solve it, but the community can come together and make a material impact and change what's going on here.
I want to take you guys down this spot right quick, okay? I'm gonna change conversation. My auntie stayed over on this street, which is Glen Haven, behind this street in Endale. This was a major dope area at one time. Up on Hancock in this area. Man, I've robbed, shot at so many people at one time. Me and my cousins, we had this strip right here. The road I used to tell you that I used to walk with my cousins and go steal from the store, this is the road, Hawthorne Extension. We call it the Black Road. This is a road that a little young lady lost her life a couple years back in a drive-by.
Man, these streets are dangerous. No money, low income, high crime rate. People want to eat. You know what I'm saying? They starving.
When you basically is born into a home that's already messed up to where your mom might have been on drugs, your dad have been on drugs, or your dad might not even be there, or there's so many different scenarios that you would never believe that someone is born into. And when you consolidate a group of people in the projects with no money, low resources, not a lot of options, well, what do you expect?
Life in Belterhome is a hellhole. It's a lot of shootings. I mean, you can't really have your children out playing because there's too much gang violence out here. And this side is what we call the jungle. If you just look around, it's the jungle.
Downtown, College Avenue, Strong Avenue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Trap City, Athens.
Yo.
No. Should I say Belterhome, Georgia?
Yo.
That's what we say. I mean, cause we separate from everybody around here, man. Like, it's different from here. Like,
from here, there are things that you need to indulge in.
Yo.
There are things you need to take from this type of life.
Yo.
No matter if it's Belterhomes or not.
Yo.
Right. And it will take you a long way. But the foundation of being from a place like this is learning how to deal with all kinds of people. I've heard some things like, stop. But you know, when you think you got it bad, somebody's always got it worse, man. You know? Right.
I don't know how to explain it because there's some people over there that are hungry. There's people in these neighborhoods that are hungry. Their lifestyle is just jacked up. And there's no hope. Like, when you lose that hope, where you can see, like, I can get out of this, they don't see that they can get out of it.
A lot of violence going on, and I'm gonna be 100 and real. I have 2 sons that are, call themselves bangers. Right now, I don't have the mind frame to have nobody knock on my door and say one of my kids been shot or killed. Then I will really lose it.
Of course I worry about my kids. Yeah, you worry about society and the people they're around and influence. I mean, each generation it seems like it's more crazy and crazy, especially when you got the drugs all in America and peer pressure, you know what I mean?
the kids, the future. See, they're where they need to be at, you know what I mean? We all got kids, you know what I mean? It's like, our life is settled now since we got kids. It's like they the future now, so it's like making sure they good, you know what I mean? Make sure they don't have to go through it or have to deal with it as hard as we did, you know what I mean? Making sure their future brighter than what I was with. So, I mean, really, that's the main goal, that's the main focus.
Hey.
I love Athens. Athens has a lot of good opportunities for people that striving to do something, to make a difference. When I was in prison, I started doing poetry, and then when I came to Athens, I got a chance to meet a lot of artists and poets here in Athens, so that's just like being led to my dream, you know.
I think Athens, I don't know if it was intentional, but they definitely have certain people blocked out of the process as far as enjoying the town, like someone that's a white person. Let's be honest, it's just like a white person, if you come here, you probably love Athens. You know what I mean? There's so much for you to do. There's so much for you to enjoy. There is not space here that's created for everyone to enjoy it equally.
People here don't realize that their spaces seem exclusive, but it requires an explicit invitation to say, hey, like, jump on this bill with me, let's play the show together, which I would hear people say, like, I would put artists on bills that were from like Rock Springs or from Nelly B or grew up in Paldo, and they'd come and say, like, I literally didn't know that we could come here. Places that to white Athens, they're like, oh, this is the liberal bar. This is this is like the anything goes, like hippie part of town. But if you never reach out to people and tell them that, then how are they supposed to know?
Athens is a tale of two cities. You have all these resources, you have pockets of incredible affluence, and of course the university is this just bank of resources. But you also have these pockets where you realize there are generational, cyclical need that, you know, whatever the needle is, nobody says that it's ever really moving. There's a lot of complexity here with the haves and the have-nots.
Athens has a lot of challenges. I mean, they're not unique to Athens, right? These are issues around the world. But Athens certainly, I think, can feel at times in certain areas of Athens, you can feel pretty insulated when you're not far away from a whole different world.
Okay, this is a new right. I hadn't even given it a name yet. One day, I decided to take a walk on the usual path I take. My eyes were fixed on an abandoned child that caused my heart to break. Who cares for this poor lonely soul? My heart started burning deep down inside as I rushed to find out why. Such an awful thing was happening here while the world was passing by. So I spread out my arms to the child, and the God in me spoke clear. The Spirit in me had spoken to them as I held them in warm embrace. Just a touch can mean so much to restore a smiling face. For the child that I saw could easily be you. We are all a child of God. That's it. I don't know what made me write that. I wrote that. Looking at homeless around in Athens, I see a lot of that. You know, I try not to be judgmental of others because some people are just stuck. And all they need is for somebody to show them love and maybe lend a helping hand.
You know, I'm not an expert on the issues that we're trying to solve, and I'm certainly not an expert on how to solve them, but, you know, we have some skills and we're just trying to leverage them, and I think it's the same thing with you all. You know, I mean, you guys are looking at this and you're looking at it in a similar way that we looked at it originally. It's like, well, what do we have? You know, we had space. You guys have a talent to tell a story, and that story has a couple pieces. One part is, hey, there's a lot of challenges in Athens. There's sort of these two different sides of the coin. But the other is there's a lot of incredible people getting really motivated to get involved. And, you know, hopefully this is, you know, ends up being a great story someday of what a community can do when it comes together.
The reason why I care is because I'm that person who was homeless once upon a time. I'm that person who was in darkness with drugs, incarceration, so on and so forth. So that's why I do the work that I do. That's why I've laid my life down for this type of ministry.
30% of children in this county are born into poverty. And that, to me, if you want to talk about unequal playing fields, that's kind of obscene. And it's something that I think we can do something about. We're chipping away at it. We're working at it day by day, and I think that's how you do it. You make decisions every day that make a difference.
This is one of the joys that I have seen, is that in the hardship and in the struggle, there's real beauty and like worthiness and like wonderful opportunities for humor in the midst of all of these really, really bad things.
Y'all know that at Downtown Academy we listen, obey, we work hard, never, 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 never. Yeah. We never what? Yeah.
We know that in order to really, truly educate children, it's not just about what's going into their heads, it's about what's going into their hearts. And I think Downtown Academy gets to play a part in providing connection where there is otherwise disconnect. We're not just about providing a great education. We've got lots of ways for people to connect with folks that they're driving past every day.
Downtown Academy is a great program. It's a smaller classroom, smaller setting, and teachers that care. They go the extra mile. Coaches, they care. They go the extra mile. You know what I'm saying? It's like like what they preach. It's a family that depends on each other. They need us. We need them. We all in the same community. You know what I'm saying? We're a family.
This is how you do it. You jump in both feet, say, let me get to know you.
Really, Athens is really all about helping the community from what I see, from what my point of view. It's really reaching out to the community, helping people that's less fortunate.
Don't look at the negativity that you see around you. Look at the positive. Like we're doing out here today. This is all positive. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to give back to the community.
I think that Athens do have a good group of people that are different. You know, that are different, that I can say they have changed my life. But you have to step out your comfort zone and spend more time with people. That's how you change. You're not going to change if you do not change how you live and how you engage with people.
I am angry at myself for not doing enough because, as you've seen in the film in this movie, like, the world's really fucked up and there's only so much one person can do. And I'm not Superwoman, but I wish I were.
When do you feel the most relief from that pressure?
On stage, yeah. When I feel like I finally can explain. I can finally explain. And I know somebody's listening, and it's not just me talking to myself about it all day.
Giving people peaks helps to cheapen the thrill. So it's lingua franca, redefine, keeping it.
Cause it's lingua franca, redefine keeping it. Cause it's Athens, redefine keeping it. Cause it's the theater, redefine keeping it. Keeping it, keeping it. In November, I never thought the sun would shine again, but now I'm on the other side of it. Like the scent of cyanide and piss out my little bit about summertime and how it left me high and dry like a skittish lamb in the lion's den. But I find myself desensitized to how absurdly nice it is to step outside my crib and smell the violets and the hyacinths. But then again, it's kind of cool reclining by the pool, giving out high fives as I ride by on my shiny bicycle. And give it up for Kelly Girth, our mayor-elect, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to be standing on this stage, grateful to be in this room. It's a set of four walls that have held great importance in my life. I think of all the great times I've had in here. But what I'm here to tell you, my friends, is that we can't just have great nights when we gather together listening to music. We've got to have great days and great nights when we walk out on these streets. We've got to have great days and great nights for our children as we seek for them to have good lives ahead of them, to have great experiences in early education, to have safe neighborhoods where they can walk out and play with their friends, and a society in which there's a place for every man, woman, and child. Our time is now, ladies and gentlemen. Our time is 2018. God bless you.
That's our mayor, everybody. Wow.
Well, I think the ideal way for anybody to be an Athenian is to be engaged and to keep your eyes open and also to get out of your comfort zone some. How do we lay out that structure for success? How do we make sure there are neighborhoods that are safe and vibrant and connected to the resources of our community? How do we make sure that kids have early opportunities to engage with people who are doing productive, interesting, professional things and gain those tangible skills? And so that's the future of Athens that I envision, is that one that takes the assets that we have, that encompasses all of our population, and kind of sees the tide rise for everybody.
I think what Creature Comforts has done a good job of is kind of recognize that the issue isn't, we're not trying to guilt you into doing good. We're trying to have you just extend the goodness that's in your life to other people.
I think when you make serving simple, when you spotlight what the need is, when you create some emotional energy about you can participate in this, I think what we're finding is that people will engage.
It's much bigger than us. I mean, this is an Athens-wide program. We call it Get Comfortable because at the end of the day, you know, when you don't have the basic necessities of life, it's hard to be comfortable. And our goal is really that every Athenian here can be more comfortable. We've lit a fire and sparked a flame that we're gonna keep fanning and trying to build until we see meaningful change.
Oh man, the definition of success to me personally is coming from out of a situation that I was in, getting a job, being a homeowner, and being able to leave a legacy behind, a good legacy to my children. That is success to me.
A barber, man, he got so many titles and so many levels. I'm a preacher, I'm a counselor, I'm a rapper, I'm a motivator, you know, community activist. This young man here, you know what I'm saying, I've been cutting his hair so long, and when he getting in trouble, you know what I'm saying, I get on his ass, you know what I'm saying? Do I get on your ass? Oh, yeah. You know, these are my family.
Can it get better? Yes. Is it gonna get worse before it get better? Probably. We have to figure out how to work together to make this a better society, period.
We have to, if we want to see real change, we've got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. But I do believe that if we can recognize the challenges that create barriers, then we can begin to address them. And then we can begin to hurdle them. And when we're doing that, we will unite, we will connect, and we'll be able to lift up every bit of Athens. This isn't something that where we're going to be able to say, we've achieved it, we finished it, we're done. Family is community. Family's never done. We're not going to be done with this. We're really just getting started.
We get together, man, it's gonna get better and 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 better. Hey, hey, hey,
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun? Hey.
Isn't it fun?
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun?
Isn't it fun?
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun?
Isn't it fun?
Isn't it fun? It's me, the low blower with the bowl cut, no tucks, low jeans and kill shots, so I glow up. When my tape drops, it'd be cool if I blew up, but I won't. So I'll stay in school with my bros, but getting very tired of the constant inspiration. A baby boomer told me to focus on creating. I almost threw a fit, what was able to contain myself, and simply told them where the nearest gas station was.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it funny? Isn't it?
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun?
Isn't it fun?
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun?
Isn't it?